Hey guys, Jason Smith here with Hobo Ford Survival, and this week on Smart Tips and Tricks, we're going to be talking about fire. Hey guys, this week we're talking about fire, but before we can get that fire started, remember, we need to start collecting our tinder, all right? I have the plastic bag for my fire kit, and inside so far I have some dried grasses that I've collected that have been up off the ground and in the air, air blowing through them in the sun, so I know they're absolutely dry. I'm putting them in this Ziploc bag to ensure that dryness in preparation to start that fire. Down here, we have some flower tops. All right, fantastic resource for starting fire. They light really easily. I'm gonna add those into my tinder bundle here. Remember guys, tinder is more of a definition than an absolute thing. Tinder should be lightweight, airy, and easily ignitable. So that encompasses a large variety of flora off the ecosystem you find yourself in. So follow those characteristics and you'll find yourself successful. Up here, we have old man's beard. All right, fantastic resource. Just understand that old man's beard pulls moisture out of the ambient air. So if I'm harvesting this dry and I can feel how dry it is by touching it to my face, I want to harvest it dry and I want to maintain that dryness by putting it in a waterproof container so that it ensures that later on I'm successful in starting that fire. So I'll continue to move around the landscape and harvest tinder for my fire later using those characteristics. So today we'll be talking about the things I carry in my kit and how to employ them into making you a successful fire. Number one, the thing you should be carrying in your pocket at all times is a Bic lighter. I have an additional Bic lighter in my survival fire kit. It's wrapped in duct tape. It gives you the opportunity to use that as a tinder source in a situation where tinder may not be readily available. I've collected some tinder from off the local landscape here, just some straw grass that's growing out here. I harvested up off the ground in the wind. I'd use my lighter as this is my tinder bundle, and then I would apply my lighter to this and get a fire going and then introduce that into my fire lay. Additionally, if the lighter fails you, I carry a piece of Fatwood. This is nothing but pine. These are ponderosa pines you see around me here. And this is a resin in here, and I can scrape this resin down using the back of my knife here. I can scrape the resin down on the ground to make a small pile of that resin. And then using my ferrocerium rod, which I have attached to the outside of the actual piece of lighter knot or Fatwood, and then I can drop a spark down on that actual Fatwood and get my fire going under the same context I did when I used my lighter. Now you see I'm continuing to extinguish my tinder bundle and reuse it. You know, tinder is a pretty decent resource that we want to use as many times as we can, because tinder's only got two states, dry and wet. Next we have cotton balls in Vaseline and paraffin wax. All right. Not unlike a lot of the commercial products out there, are kind of the same makeup. These can be lit with either your lighter to get your fire going, and it's a standalone fire source, or I can fluff this up and I can actually use my ferrocerium rod, place this on my tinder bundle or as a standalone fire starter. I like to use it on the tinder bundle so I can reuse it. And then I just use my ferrocerium rod to drop some sparks down on this, get that lit, light the tinder bundle, extinguish your cotton ball, and then use your tinder bundle to light your fire. Last but not least, we have our Fresnel lens, or magnifying glass, if you will, for solar ignition. This is the E as emergency in our PACE plan, because we've shown 4 different ways to start fire that I carry with me. Because you may not find yourself in a day where you have the full sun to actually get the fire started. So that would be the emergency in the PACE plan. So in review, we have our lighter that we always have in our pocket wrapped with duct tape. Then we got our Fatwood or our Ferro rod. If you don't have any Fatwood, make sure you're carrying your Ferro rod. You got your either manufactured, or you can manufacture them at home, your cotton balls with Vaseline and paraffin wax. And then you got your magnifying glass. So now I've showed you 4 separate ways to start a fire using the pace plan analogy. These are 4 things that I recommend carrying with you anytime you're in the backcountry on any type of adventure you may be on. Very lightweight and almost sure give you an opportunity to get sure flame. Over here I've built a fire lay, which we're going to transition our sure flame in to get sure fire. The fire lay is constructed of Tinder, which is your lightweight, airy material, easily ignitable. It's layered from tinder to your kindling, which is your small sticks, pinky size, pencil size pieces of wood, dry wood, and then all the way up to your sustaining fuel, which is your thumb size pieces of wood. So it's layered through here, tinder, kindling, tinder, kindling, tinder, kindling, all the way up to our sustaining fuel to ensure our fire, which pulls air from the bottom and burns up, has an opportunity to grow as we introduce our sure flame. So I'm going to go ahead and light up a tinder bundle and then show the example of this fire lay burning. I'm just going to take one of my cotton balls here, which this is probably the 4th time I've used it. Light the cotton ball. Use the cotton ball to light my tinder bundle. Extinguish the cotton ball. I have a tunnel here which I've created, which I'm going to introduce my fire to. And then I can step away from this fire and let that fire grow. From here, I should have to do nothing more than continue to add sustaining fuel to this fire. I don't have to blow on it. Here we have air, fuel, and heat all working together to make a successful fire with low or no impact from me on keeping this going. Right there, that's 4 ways to start a fire, guys. If you like what you're seeing here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next week for more smart tips and tricks.